Alrighty, welcome back, boys and girls. It's your main math man, Ms. Schenk, coming to you live from Alameda International High School. In this video, still working on factoring, and we're talking about, in this assignment, we're factoring quadratics. And what that means is we have a trinomial where the degree or power is 2. And if you notice, this should always be in this form, so it should always look like this. I have a times x squared plus b times x plus c. And so on this whole front side, we're going to have a equals 1. So that way it's a lot easier. However, on the back it's going to be a little bit trickier, but we'll take that one step at a time. So again, make sure you're seeing those steps that we had from the factoring notes video. I'm saying, hey, well, I know I can build my foundation because I know it's 2 sets of parentheses, 2 packages multiplied times each other. I can use my product, meaning my product is going to be a negative 42. And so what that says is this, it's going to be different signs. So I have 1 plus, 1 minus, and then I can say, well, what is going to be my sum? So my sum is going to be negative 1, which means this, I need to figure out what's 2 numbers that multiply together to be 42 and that add together to be negative 1. So that means that since my sum is negative 1, the larger value has to go here. So larger, I can spell that correctly, there we go. Larger value. So again, larger value goes by the negative since our sum is negative. So again, 2 numbers multiplied together and they're gonna be real close. I could say I have 7 and 6. Again, if you wanted to write it like this, x minus 7 and x plus 6. That's the same exact thing as what we have here. Since we have a commutative property of multiplication, we can change that order, but you have to make sure that that positive goes with the 6 and the negative goes with the 7. Otherwise, if they were changed, it would not give us the same answer. So with number 6, with number 2, we have x squared plus 3x minus 28. It's the same idea. Label your product. Since our product is negative, we have different signs. So I'm going to have x plus, and I'm going to have x minus. So make sure you can kind of break that apart one step at a time. I'll write that a little bit better. There we go. So we're going to say, okay, what else do we need? Well, we're going to say, all right, we have our sum. So our sum is going to be positive 3. So that means the larger value is going to be in the positives. So I'll kind of think about some multiples or some multiplications of negative 28. So it'd be 1 times 28. No. How about 2 times 14? Not quite. How about 3? No, that's not going to work either. It's not divisible by 3, but I could say I have 7 and 4. That does work out. So again, always double check. If you need to, I can FOIL it out. So I have 7x, because 7 times x is 7x, and I have a negative 4x, which is that middle term, so I know I am good. And moving on to number 3, like I said before, difference of squares. And so make sure it's on the screen. I believe so. There it is. Difference of squares. That means I can say, all right, I have x plus and x minus. So they have to be different signs because our product is negative, and they have to be the same number since we just take the square root of 81. We're going to say we have plus 9 and a minus 9. Real simple. Again, that's called the difference of squares. All right. And number 4, we have x squared plus 10x plus 25. So our product, gotta be careful on that, is positive 25, and our sum is positive 10. So that means that they're going to be the same sign where the sign is positive. So super simple. We have 2 numbers multiplied together to get 25, and added together would actually be 5 and 5. And so this is a unique situation because what I can say is this, hey, this is going to be the same as saying x plus 5 to the power of 2. So that entire package squared is the same as that expanded form. So again, notice how it's going to be that base of x plus 5 raised to the 2nd power. For number 5, I have x squared minus 8x minus 65. So I need my product is going to be negative 65, and my sum is going to be negative 8. So what can we have? Well, I need to think of something that multiplies together to give me 65, and I have a negative 8. So I'm going to say x, build my foundation. I know that they're going to be different signs, so I have a plus, I have a minus, and I have to say that the larger value goes with the negative. So some values that I can multiply together, well, let's have 5 and a 13, because I know that 13 negative, and then I have a plus 5 would give me my sum, and I multiply those two together to get that 65. For number 6, x squared plus 2x minus 99, I have to have my foundation. My product is negative 99, so that means the different signs. And I can say, hey, since my sum is positive 2, that means that the larger value is going to go with the positives. Think of some divisors or factors of 99. I could say I have 11 times 9 is going to be 99, where their sum is positive 2. So I know that one's good as well. So again, once you get the hang of this, it's a lot easier. Just make sure that you are practicing carefully. Same as idea as number 3. In number 7, it has x squared minus 14. So that means I have different signs, and I have to have the same value. So I'm going to say square root of 144 is 12. For number 8, write your starter foundation. And I can say, all right, what's my product? It's 100. What's the sum? Negative 25. So I'm going to have the same sign, but they're going to be negative. So both of these are going to be negative since the same sign multiplied together is positive. And so I'm saying, okay, what two numbers multiply together to get 100, and their sum is 25. I could say I have 20 and 5. For number 9, it has x squared minus 2x minus 63. Make sure you say, okay, I have still my foundation. Look at my product, different signs. I have positive, I have negative, and our sum is going to be negative. So that means the larger value goes by the negative. Some divisors or factors of 63 is going to be 9 and 7. For number 10, I can have the same idea. Build your foundation, have your values, look at your product, look at your sum. Since my product is positive, that means they're going to be the same sign. And since my sum is positive, that means that they're both going to be positive. I can say, okay, what's some numbers multiplied together to get 20, and their sum is 9. So I'd say I have positive 5 and a positive 4. Again, we're always factoring being able to undo that FOIL. So I have different signs since my product is negative, and I have the larger value on negative since I have a sum of negative 2. So I can say, all right, well, what is that going to be? Well, I can have a negative 6 and a positive 4. And then lastly, for number 12, I have x times another x in parentheses. Product is the same sign. Sum is negative, so that means they're both negative. So I need two numbers multiplied together to give you 15 and added together to give you negative 8. So I'd say 3 and 5. So you can make sure you're kind of seeing how I piece that together, be able to make labels for yourself, and I'll do the next video for the back.